we should have taken a jeep. After hours of waiting, we're now using the local bus. With this nice family from Pakara. It's a bumpy ride. You're sitting in the front. You're okay? We just got off the bus from Kakbini to Johnson. It was a good ride, 350 rupees for us. Now we're at the bakery, stuffing our faces. Helen has a cream roll, and you and I, we have cinnamon roll. And the lady behind the counter is baking more for tomorrow morning, so we can pick it up before we get on the bus or the jeep. We don't know yet. Something will come up. We waited, 4 hours to get to here? It was a long time. None of the jeeps wanted to pick us up. It was nasty. But here we are. Now we're looking for an ATM that works for you to get some money. We're in the lodge. We finally got to a lodge today, and Helen is having apple pie and custard.
This
looks
not custard. It's more like I don't know what it's like. It's not custard. Not the custard that I know.
Well, eat the pie before it's getting cold.
Yeah. The apple pie, well, it's fresh apple, freshly made.
Yeah, you just had the apple juice. It was almost like pureed apple. Very healthy.
Okay. Stick some custard in there. Okay. Different.
We're having a flat tire blocking the whole stretch here. We think this is day 14. We're not quite sure. We're in Gorapani, but life is really hard for us again. We're having a hot chocolate cake and a hot apple strudel at I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning or something like that. We started from Chitre this morning and went up 500 meters. We're now at 2880 or something. So unfortunately it's cloudy again, but it's actually kind of nice because it's not too hot. So we're happy. We're taking it nice and easy, and today's goal is Tadapani, not Tadopani, or what was the first one? No, anyhow, they all sound the same here.
Yes.
That should be another 4 hours for us, maybe a little longer. We see how it's going, depends on the weather. It looks a bit like it's raining again, like yesterday. But we're enjoying our cup of tea first. Priorities, very important.
Didn't I say on the way up the hill, hopefully there's a bakery?
And of course there's a bakery. When angels travel, there's always what you need. Bye-bye. We're going through rainforest again. And unfortunately on this side there's a lot of steps, stone steps. Helen forgot to count them from the start, but it's probably a few thousands. Yeah. So, but it's kind of a nice forest. Bit of a moss-covered thing. We're off to the Durali Pass. Had that before on the other side. Oh no, at Everest. Well, this one is another Durali Pass at around 3,100, and then it's down for the day. Here come Bushmen. Bushmen. It's going everywhere.
Oh. And we were really worried that these packet crisps was going to explode on us, because we brought them up from 900 meters higher than we were when we bought them. Ah.
What an anticlimax.
Oh, terrible anticlimax.
Half a pack of air and the rest is crisps. Might as well finish them.
Well, they certainly didn't explode, did they? Oh well.
Nice and salty.
So much for the exploding crisps.
I banged it really hard. We're at MBC and it's 5:20 or something in the morning, and it's a beautiful morning, as you can see. We're heading to Annapurna Base Camp, ABC, which is right up that glacier there, and behind somewhere. This morning the mountains seem to steam. Quite beautiful. This is Fishtail. The sun will be coming up just behind it, so this is why it's still in the shade here. And this is our lodge for the night, Fishtail Lodge. And Helen is somehow getting ready. We're getting some amazing clouds here. Really weird. This should be Annapurna South. Annapurna South. I forgot the name of this one, the glacier. Somewhere there is Annapurna 1. I'm not quite sure which one it is. And then there's this rain coming down with a few lakes. Very barren. It's Fishtail, and we reached the Annapurna Base Camp Lodge, 4,100 and I don't know, 60 meters or something. It's still beautiful. It took us less than 2 hours to get here. Clouds are mostly gone now again. You can see the glaciers coming down. And again, this is quite a moraine here. Oh, I've got a fly running over my lens. And that little peak there we think is Annapurna 1. And here's the moraine again. That looks good. We're on our way down to MBC. This is the snowfield that we have to cross. And here's Fishtail. It's still nice and sunny. And over there in the corner is Annapurna 3, I believe. There was a sign further down that said, "No spitting in temple area." Well, Helen had to spit yesterday because there was a fly in her throat. And it said actually on the sign, "Accidents may occur." And here is proof of that. Helen took a little slip on the, I don't know if we can see that, it's a little, she was sliding down the mountain and we had to do some Florence Nightingale help here. It looks very fashionable actually. Yeah. And it will hurt tonight to take it all off, but anyhow, that's another story. Hard to believe, but this is still the same day as ABC. It's actually raining and hailing. We found some shelter under a rock here. It'll only be short. But we're testing our rain jackets, and so far so good. Helen looks really fashionable in her blue. Can't see the dirty ass and you can't see the bandage anymore. This is our second morning exercise. One of the million steps here. I've already stripped off my warm clothes and you can hear me breathing. We're supposed to go down, but we have this bit up and then Chumrung about 2,000 steps up. You can see the porters coming down too. It's a really hard thing. Okay, Kirsten's just coming up the last few steps. Don't know how many there were, but must have been about 700. This is day 18, and if the weather holds, then we've only got tomorrow to go, and we'll be in Pokhara for a well-earned rest. But this is nothing, this is only the baby stuff. We've got Chumrung to come yet. Friggin' half an hour into the hike, and my legs are wobbly. Complaining again. We're in Chumrung, lower Chumrung. We managed to do 907 steps of the 2,500. We estimate, Helen's still counting. We've done a third. We needed a Coca-Cola and a pack of crisps to get going, because the German bakery is actually waiting for us, but we're not going to make it without extra power. This is so shitty hard. It's so exhausting. It's 4.5 hours since we started. What did we do this morning? Friggin' steps everywhere. No, doing video. Somebody's just nicking the camera. So I think I'll tape us again if we make it to the Germany. Now that we're full of Coke and crisps, we're tackling the next 200 to 500 steps. It is really hot and a killer. It really is. It's no fun. And this is one of the trails in the world. But I tell you, it's almost noon. I don't know, it's probably 70 degrees Celsius in the sunshine here. And it's really hard, really, really hard. Here it is, the German bakery. Helen's already on the terrace talking to the other people we recommended the bakery to. I'm going to make the last few steps. I had a nice chat to a German girl from Weimar who lives in Ireland, and that actually passed the time on these bloody steps. I'm sure we're almost close to 2,000 now. I'll ask Helen in a minute. But I should have a sight of the lovely cakes. Oh, dude. Oh no, they have apple pie. Good. Here's my apple pie. Apple pie and another Coke, I think. Well, Helen counted 2,200 steps on the way up to Chumrung. Now we're going down the other side to Gino Hot Springs. And I think it's even more steps going down. It's horrible on the knees. Thank God we have cloud cover now, because it was so hot.
Too many steps. Oh.
Go past, come on.
Okay.
And then there's a guy coming. I'm going over. This guy. Sometimes not easy to pass each other. Lovely tomatoes. So this is where we're heading, into that valley here. And this might be Gino, we're not quite sure. It looks like a resort with hot springs, but it could also be further down this way.
It's Friday morning, and this is the view from our last lodge that we're staying in Pokhara today.
This is our last morning. We're having gorong, or Tibetan bread, with jam. It's very nice.
Meat.
We're in Sula Bazaar and we just have a cold Coke before we get into a taxi to Pokhara. We already organized the taxi for us and it's heaven. We're sweating buckets again. And the Coca-Cola is just the best.